Hi, friends. Happy Sunday. It is the last Sunday in June, which means it's also a big Pride Festival parade weekend in New York City, and also kind of the culmination of Pride festivals around the world, around the state, and other countries during the month of June, and I'm sure they'll continue through the week. But just wanted to pay homage and have on my Pride shirt today, but also take a moment to recognize and lift up all of those individuals out there in states and communities, in families, and in situations that are struggling and being targeted for being their authentic self, for living their truth, and being unapologetic while being fearful and in real danger. So I want to take a minute just to lift up those individuals and those families and loved ones who are trying to do their best to live their authentic life, but are in situations, environments, countries, cultures that are doing everything they can to prevent them from being themselves. So gratitude for the opportunity to be in a place. I have found Puerto Rico to be extremely welcoming, a very safe place to be out, proud, gay, cisgender male, and I have a billboard actually across the street. I posted it on my Facebook page just yesterday, and it says, "Be loved." And there it is, popping up on my billboard across from here. And I go to a local gym, and it's a safe, inclusive environment, and I see family there, which is fantastic. And so I just want to acknowledge that I feel safe, but I know that there are others out there that don't. And so I want to lift them up and send them courage and compassion and hope and the knowing that they're not alone, and that we're with them in spirit, and that somehow, in some way, they will continue to thrive and live their authentic life. So I just want to say that. So happy Pride Month, and this is a challenging one this year for sure. But moving ahead, I wanted to also just say thank you to all of you for watching the videos that I've been posting. I know it's kind of really heavy content from time to time, but I appreciate you hanging in there and watching through the video and picking up the messages in my story. I'm doing my absolute best to be true, authentic, and honest with all of you, and it's good for me. And I think that it helps create connection and community, because too often I feel like we get distracted or discouraged or fearful of sharing our true authentic selves with others, and then it keeps us stuck and in a difficult and bad place. So I'm trying to do my best to lead in that way and to create space for others to do the same. So thank you for hanging in there with me. I appreciate folks that have reached out, watched the videos, shared the videos. All of your support and love is greatly appreciated. So know that. And I'm also doing my best not to take myself too seriously sometimes. So yesterday, I woke up and I happened to be on TikTok for a few minutes, and I heard this song and it inspired me, and I had a bit of a little dance marathon for about a half an hour, 45 minutes. And it was the 70s, but it was fun. And it's just a reminder to me that although, we have challenges and opportunities, that it's also really important for us to just have fun, not take ourselves too seriously, and just be okay with the present, Along those lines, I also picked up some arts and crafts at supplies at the local market, and I am working on some art. So, there's other ways to kind of just decompress and take care of ourselves, in addition to going out, being with nature, family, friends, loved ones, going for walks, getting in the water, going swimming, I know that as we come to the end of June, it's really a milestone in upstate New York for kind of the start of summer, and having July and August ahead of you, really wonderful hot months. So get out there and enjoy. I am certainly going to make the most of this beautiful warm weather and warm water down here in Puerto Rico. And, we'll continue to share my experiences and my journeys with you on my social media pages, and I'll post those links down below. But I wanted to jump in. I know I've kind of gone on for a little bit, opening up this morning, but I wanted to talk about making it happen, or make it happen. And so my whole experience in coming down to Puerto Rico really is my make it happen. But I wanted to talk about the it part of it today, and really talk a little bit about how identifying my it or my multiple its was a great opportunity to really kind of tune in to my authentic self, to my knowing, to my passions, to my desires, to seizing the moment every day to do something that moves my interests, ideas, passions, and loves forward. And so aside from making the move down to Puerto Rico and finding an incredible apartment and manifesting and getting out and enjoying nature and all the beautiful art and murals, etc., I've been really intentional about creating my own business. I've never owned my own business. I've never started a business before, but part of my it is making that work. And so as I was leading up to coming down to Puerto Rico, I did a couple things. One, I connected with a co-working space in Puerto Rico, in San Juan, and this co-working space is called Coco House. And they have been incredible and very supportive. And I joined it with a very minimal monthly membership as a virtual member, but it gave me an opportunity to establish a concrete address for my business. And it also put me in touch with an attorney that also shares space at the co-working space, which I have been working with to establish the LLC. So I am in the process of finalizing my LLC, which is Make Your It Happen. And I'm just waiting for the IRS to send me a letter with my EIN number so that I can open up a bank account and finalize that process. But aside from the logistics of starting my business in Puerto Rico and, just the nuts and bolts of making it real, Puerto Rico is also a really incredible place to do this. And I want to just share briefly, there's this moral decision that I've had to make in relation to economic development in Puerto Rico. So there's this Act 60 that exists. And if you get on YouTube and you just Google or do a search for Act 60 in Puerto Rico, you will hear multiple thoughts, feelings, perspectives on this. And so I've tried to be diligent and mindful about how Native Puerto Ricans feel about Act 60, but also kind of take the temperature once I got down here too, to see what that looked like for folks. And I have made the decision for myself that basically Act 60 allows individuals to either start a business to export services to the States or elsewhere, or to move their business to Puerto Rico. And by making yourself a legitimate resident of Puerto Rico and living here at least 6 months out of the year, and making your health insurance come through Puerto Rico, your housing, your driver's license, all of those things, you are claiming to be a fortified, legit resident of Puerto Rico, which allows you to participate in this Act 60. And with it allows really significant tax benefits for a business, including you pay no federal income tax on the income that you're making from the business that you're exporting services out of Puerto Rico, right? So in short, Make Your It Happen, right? My LLC virtual consulting coaching and project development business allows me an opportunity to provide virtual services to individuals outside of Puerto Rico. I mean, I can also provide those services here, but by exporting those services and applying for Act 60, it allows me to collect income from the services that I'm receiving and then not have to pay any federal income tax. The only tax you pay is 4% to Puerto Rico. So there are folks with lots of money who have taken advantage of Act 60, in essence, to pocket lots of money and perhaps not do good, social justice, equity, sharing the wealth, right? They're just buying bigger stuff, right? So I wanted to be very mindful that if given the opportunity, and I plan on pursuing Act 60 here in Puerto Rico as far as my business goes, I want to be intentional about taking the opportunity that I'm not paying any federal income tax. So I'm going to be donating 20% of the income that I draw from the services that I'm exporting to a local nonprofit that is contributing and supporting individuals in the queer community, the LGBTQ plus community in Puerto Rico, specifically around helping them with housing or rental assistance, perhaps some mental health services, and just food. So I have actually a meeting on Tuesday this week with a local not-for-profit that I am hoping will be able and willing to accept these donations from me. And so that's my moral decision and process in going ahead with the Act 60. And so that if I'm not going to be taxed that money and have to give it to the federal government, I want to be really intentional about setting that money aside to support the queer community and queer-led organizations in Puerto Rico to support their process and their development and their well-being. So I believe that that's the right thing to do, and it's a great opportunity for me to contribute and give back, and not just have to give it to the federal government and not know where it gets used, but be very intentional about what organizations, what money I can donate, and what causes that will go to support individuals that are from the queer community. So I just wanted to share that bit with you. Also wanted to take an opportunity to talk about your it, right? So part of what I'm doing with my coaching, consulting, and project development is manifesting my process, right? And making a reality, living in Puerto Rico, starting my own business, coaching, doing project development. I have been very fortunate in the past to have had opportunities, paid and not paid, to make something out of nothing. And so in the past, helping to develop mobile treatment programs, medication-assisted treatment programs, helping to create festivals, getting involved in local politics, being an advocate for urban chickens. There's a lot that I've been able to do with regards to my it and my passions and my interests. And so I'm doing that here as well, but I also wanted to take that opportunity. Many of you have seen my previous videos and know that I have some experience, strength, and hope to share. And so I want to engage with others, online and offline, in supporting them to identify their it and identify specific steps that they can take to make their it happen and overcome barriers and obstacles that maybe they see or don't see to achieve their it and make it real. And so, I just want to say that, I'm human, and, I have a lot of anxiety and fear that exists about, making this thing real, right? So I'm just about a month into living in Puerto Rico, and I've done a lot since getting here. But, the anxiety is still real. And so, working with a coach or a consultant or a project development, whether it's an organization or an individual, having somebody to help guide you, encourage you, motivate you, see things that maybe you don't see, can be really helpful. And I'm doing some of that work myself, right? So I'm staying in touch with family and loved ones and supports and folks that are helping me process through my ideas and concepts and barriers and good days and bad days, so that I can make it happen. And I want to, launch this business once we get past the 4th of July holiday, so that I can support others in doing the same thing. So that's coming. I'm very excited about it. As I mentioned, I'm meeting with a not-for-profit queer-led organization in Puerto Rico here in San Juan on Tuesday. I'm also going to the bank to work on opening up that account and help fortify my legal entity as a business. And I'm going to be giving back, right? So I have talked about manifesting and this idea of money and how money often can be a barrier to us achieving our goals or going after it, or be an excuse why we don't do it, right? But I have learned, and I hope I have demonstrated and shared in previous videos, and will again demonstrate, that believing it's possible, right? Having a money mantra, and mine being, money flows freely to me with ease and for the purpose of good, is real. And I authentically believe that, right? So as I move forward, knowing that I'm going to be drawing in income from the services and the business that I'm facilitating, I am going to be intentional about using that income for good, right? Because I'm not just going to have a mantra and not see it through. So I have every intention of sharing the wealth. And I know that the universe is abundant, that I am abundant, and that I have everything that I need to make this happen. And so I'm going to do everything I can and kind of do some wild things to demonstrate that, there is plenty of resources available to all of us at all times. And it's just a matter of believing that that's true, knowing it's true, trusting the universe, trusting your process, that it will come through. And by putting myself in this situation, right, it sets up a circumstance where I am going to work hard. I'm going to be determined. I'm going to be intentional, and I'm going to be diligent about seeing it through. So by, creating this opportunity, it also pushes me to strive forward and to make it happen. So I will wrap up my video here. I wanted to, again, share a little bit about my experience, strength, and hope, and let everybody know that I'm doing well and that I'm grateful for all the support that I've been receiving. And I want to know that I support and encourage and love all of you out there, and appreciate you taking the time to watch these videos. And again, I always encourage you to reach out through social media or other means to say hello or to check in, or if you wanted to just process something that you're going through, or you want to talk about your it. And so I hope that everybody has a wonderful last week of Pride season. And as we head into the 4th of July holiday, that you get some time to take care of yourself, to check out, to check in, to spend time with loved ones and family, and celebrate the holiday the way that you need to do so. And I just want to end, I have always kind of referenced back to Jen Sincero and Rachel Rogers, who are two kind of inspirational women that have encouraged me, and I draw inspiration from on a regular basis to continue to do what I do. And so one of the quotes, and I have this You Are a Badass book that has lots of quotes in it from Jen. And so the one that she has for this week coming up in the month of June: perfectionism is just procrastination and a fancy outfit. So I will not procrastinate today. I will do a little bit to help move my it forward, and I hope that my video encourages you to move your it forward. So take good care of yourselves, be well, and talk soon.